Hi again, Dave DeBow here with this week's episode of Canadian Profits TV. Have a fantastic episode for you this week. We're going to get another visit from living legend Ted Thomas talking about tax liens and tax deed certificates in the good old US of A, how us Canucks can go down there and make good money with tax liens and tax deeds. Watch out for that. For the business breakthrough, I want to share a recent lesson that I learned from Louise Hay, who is a self-development, kind of a spiritual type person who's very, very well known. And that's actually going to be all about our business minute for this week. And for the mindset minute, I want to talk about something I just found out about or just learned more about, and that is arranging your lifestyle, arranging your business and your work around your ideal lifestyle. Stay tuned. All right, so for our business breakthrough this week, it's coming to us from a very, very wise woman, Louise Hay, who is absolutely amazing. In fact, I just went to her event a couple of weeks ago in Vancouver called I Can Do It. Phenomenal event, 3,000 people packed into the Queen Elizabeth Theatre in Vancouver for 2 solid days. Fantastic, kind of a spiritual self-development type of an event. But what I really learned from Louise is that it's never too late to get going with business. So her publishing company, which is called Hay House Publishing, is just this year celebrating its 25th anniversary of existence. Now, that in itself is pretty impressive, but you have to consider that Louise Hay is 85 years old. So my math isn't that great, but it's pretty good. So 85 minus 25 means how old was she when she started her business? She was 60 years old when she started this publishing company. 60. Amazing, amazing woman. She's wrote a book, wrote a very, very amazingly popular bestseller called You Can Heal Your Life that has sold over 30 million copies worldwide. That is absolutely amazing. 30 million copies of just that one book. So anyhow, big lesson from Louise Hay. It's never too late to get going towards your dreams, towards your business. Whatever your business is, you're never too old to get up and going. There's always a famous story of Colonel Sanders, who I believe started his business when he was 63. So anyhow, Louise is still going strong, 85 years old, 85 and still very alive, as she likes to say. So if you're getting a little bit of gray around your temples like I am, or maybe even have a bit more than I do, don't let that stop you from going towards whatever business goals you have. That's your business breakthrough for this week. Hi there, everybody. Dave DeBow here again with another quick interview with Ted Thomas, all about tax liens. So Ted, you've worked with a lot of Canadians over the years.
Right.
How can Canadians, just in a nutshell, come from Canada and do this in the States? So just
Okay, good. All right. So first of all, we welcome all you guys here. As a matter of fact, the American government, all the local governments, they welcome you because they want people with money to pay these taxes. So we have in the United States this year, there'll be 2.5 million tax auctions. That's 2.5 million people will not pay their tax. Now, only 2 things can happen when you get involved in the tax sector. One, you get paid. You always get paid. And if you don't get paid, you get the property. 97% of the people will pay their tax. All right, now how are you going to do that? We can show you this process. Come across the border, all the things that you have to do. We've been teaching Canadians for well over 10 years. We even have DVDs and CDs to teach you how to do it. You come to seminars and do it. We have products that you can learn at home. You can learn online. We have the only online courses in the world. And I can show you, and matter of fact, Dave and I, maybe we'll do that. We'll show you some Canadians that have come here and do it. I have people at 83 years old come here and do it. I have 19-year-olds come and do it. So we can show you the gamut. We can show you from people from BC all the way over, nobody in Nova Scotia, but we get as far east as Ontario anyway.
maybe somebody in Nova Scotia will say.
Yeah.
So, Ted, you up for doing maybe a webinar or some sort of educational type thing where we can show people, give an overview of how tax liens work?
Yeah, that would probably be the best thing we could probably do is do a webinar. We could show them over a period of an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 45, and then we could do questions and answers during the webinar and after the webinar, so you feel good, because this is an investment. This is a feel-good investment. Now, here's what I want to tell you about tax certificates. The first thing you understand is you invest with the government, you get a check back from the government. This is predictable, it's certain, and it's secure. You either get paid or you get the property. It's the law in every county and in every municipality across the United States.
Quick question for you, Ted. Is there a way for Canadians to do this once they know what they're doing virtually, or do they actually have to go to these?
We'll teach you how to do it online, and better than anything, not only will we teach you how to do it online, we'll teach you to have what you call an RSP, we call an IRA. That's individual retirement account. We will show you how you can have an IRA in the United States, perfectly legal now. We're not going to teach you anything that's not legal. You can have an IRA in the United States. We'll be a tax shelter for you. You could bring money here, invest it here, and it's non-taxable until you take it home. Is that good?
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, so for this week's Mindset Minute, I just did a very, very cool one of our audio interview CDs with a gentleman named Kerry Mullen. Now, you might recognize that name because Kerry was actually a world-class downhill skier. In fact, he won the World Cup. He's an Olympian, phenomenal athlete who's also an amazing real estate investor. So I just interviewed him very, very recently. And one of the things that our interview turned around is he really focuses on developing resort properties in Mexico. And he's got his life set up so he spends 6 months in Mexico and 6 months in Alberta. You can kind of guess which 6 months he spends where. And that's cool. A lot of people do that, the whole snowbird idea. But the difference here is Kerry's actually quite a young guy. I'm not sure how old he is, but I'm thinking he's in his mid-30s. Can't be much beyond 40. And he's got a young family. So he's got 3 children. I can't remember the exact ages, but they're like 4, 7, and 9. So the 3 kids under 10 years old. So I said, how do you balance things out? Because mostly, like 2 out of the 3 kids are in school, or all 3 of them are in school. I can't remember the exact ages. How do you balance that out with 6 months in Canada, 6 months down in Mexico? And he has it figured out. So when they are in Canada, for the few months that they are in school, they go to school. When they go down to Mexico, he has them on the Canadian curriculum, and he's got a tutor for them that comes into the home, trains them in the home, plus they do 2 hours a day of Spanish lessons. So that's been one of the things that a lot of people let hamper them from moving down south or creating this ideal lifestyle is, what do I do about my family? I've got little kids. There always seems to be one excuse after another. The one about the kids has been my biggest excuse for a long time. So this gentleman, Kerry Mullen, definitely got it figured out and has structured his life so he can live his ideal lifestyle. Kind of interesting though that he's a skier spending the 6 months down in Mexico in the skiing season. So I guess he got done with the whole ski thing when he was a professional skier. So that's your Mindset Minute for this week. All right, thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Canadian Profits TV. Just a quick reminder, this weekend coming up is the first Fast Track weekend event that's going to be held in Calgary this Saturday, the 26th, and Sunday, the 27th of May. If you haven't already registered and you're in and around Calgary, make sure you do. The price is right. It's free with a $105 fully refunded seat deposit. We're having a fantastic lineup of speakers coming out this weekend. And the whole theme is financial confidence in uncertain times. Financial confidence in uncertain times. The whole goal of this free weekend event is to help you gain that inner financial confidence so it doesn't really matter what happens with the economy. You know how to handle it. You know how to roll with the punches. And more importantly, you know how to profit from them. So check that out, fasttrackweekend.com, and see if there are any seats left. Take care. Talk to you next week.